A Women's Courtship Guide 1. Chapter 1. Women's Courtship 1. The attractive woman's ace card, she gets to pick almost any guy she wants. There are two curses women can face as far as finding a guy. If you're ugly/not attractive or fat/overweight, these qualities are not appealing in this culture, although there are supposedly Asian cultures where the guys like them fat and a certain minority of guys who like BBWs. The curse of aging. I went on Facebook to look up women I knew as a young guy who I thought were attractive. The ones who I found were all not attractive now. There was a dating show with an old guy who had a crush on some girl 50 years ago and wanted to meet her now. Boy, was he in for a shock. As a guy, I can age rather well simply by working out regularly. Most women don't work out. They go south real fast. I was recently watching the funeral of the old George Bush U.S. president. I took one look at young George Bush's wife and I knew she had cosmetic surgery that worsened her look. You cannot enhance your look through cosmetic surgery. You need to work out and have a sweet spirit, like it says, be joyful in the book of Proverbs. Young women from puberty to about 28 have the grace of natural beauty and attraction. The problem is that after you hit 28, your competition is all those fresher, younger women than you, and it gets worse as you age. That's your curse. I saw that reasonably attractive cougar with her YouTube channel, Susan Potter or something like that. She's an exception. Her trying to look good is probably her full-time hobby. I met a woman not that long ago who I immediately thought was about 65. I was shocked when she said she was younger than me at 58. Pretty young women can find guys anywhere from the local dive bar to a golf course where rich old guys roam, but once you pass 30 or so, the freshness is gone, you gain weight, the wrinkles come, etc. The other factor is friendliness and likability. I know at least 3 women from my past who were not pretty or attractive by anyone's standards, but they had a way about themselves that they could seduce any man by killing him with kindness, kind of the way I love my cat. I do it unashamedly with deep love. There are very flirty women out there. Anybody can learn to be like that, even if it's not your true nature. Guys eat it up when any random woman talks to them out of the blue. The average, attractive young woman, in my opinion, is a disgusting bitch because she thinks she's all that and a bag of chips, but I have known young pretty women with nice personalities. It simply goes with the Terry Toady. You know you're attractive, so you exploit it with men. With Tinder, even average women have good leverage. They get all kinds of hits and they can reject them all. I've done my research and saw some YouTube videos of self-centered women having a laugh as they made fun of guys on Tinder. The big revenge for bitchy, attractive women is aging. Every pretty, young woman will age, then she'll look like a piece of crap and her personality will probably match it. In Canada where I live, they had an anti-smoking campaign where they had pictures of pretty young women then showed them after 30 years of smoking. They looked really bad. A guy with money can attract young women even if he's 90 years old, like the guy who married Ann Nicole Smith. It's a reversal. All the nerds in school who couldn't get laid go to work and earn good money, then 30 years later, they got the money to be sugar daddies while no one wants to date an older woman. Courtship from a woman's point of view 1. Men like me because they know I like them and have no big ideological agendas, great causes, or ambitions in life. It's all about being easygoing and having fun. Girl successful at dating. Look for strong but not arrogant men who are living for what they want out of life. Smile, be friendly and say hi to strangers you might be interested in. Instead of trying to win him over, let him win you over because he's supposed to be the hunter. You're supposed to be the alluring, mysterious seductress. There are 2 levels of attraction for women. Primal sexual, romantic attraction based on his look and the romantic image you have about him as a dreamy stud. Money, status, paternalistic, provider who will do things for you, take care of everything. If you marry for these reasons, it will not be for love, so you may get comfort but not sparks. Then again, Most people would rather lead a comfortable plain existence than try for the highs and possibly end up as starving romantic artists. If you can see a guy for what he is with your head as opposed to your heart, don't be too starry-eyed, and watch how kind and gentle he is over time. That's the true test of how solid and good he is, not how dreamy you think he is in your fantasies. The cavalier-looking, adventurous types are usually adventurous in sexual matters too. They don't want just one girl, they want many because they're arrogant enough to think they're swashbuckling enough to get them. Courtship is the greatest time in life for a woman if she's pretty. She just has to put the signal out that she's available. All the guys will come flocking to her via the sexual power of her budding beauty, and she can sit back and scrutinize them all, picking who she wants. This is how the game works. She's the boss based on her beauty and niceness. The men come to her, do their mating dance, show off, and she has the luxury to pick who she wants provided she's an attractive prize to begin with. If she has either one or the other, beauty but not niceness, niceness but not beauty, she won't be a total prize. Not all guys will go for her. If she doesn't have true primal beauty, she will have to settle for what she can get or try to have a damn good personality and be a good cook to compensate, which is what men really want in their women, an instantaneous strong attraction to her wholesome nice kind of beauty. The bottom line is to find someone like you who fulfills a need in you to be loved and nurtured. Love them and they will love you back. As a woman, you're presumably looking for how human the guy is, how gentle, nice, romantic and unpretentious. There are guys out there like this, but they won't give of themselves unless it's to a prize of a girl. Guys aren't stupid. They know the difference between a phony flake and a gentle soul. If you act like some phony dip in a Tampax ad, worth it, go girl, trying to dress like Shania in her So Cool videos, all that easy breezy cool stuff, who watches soap operas and thinks those female demographic talk shows are hip and cool, with all them phony supposedly liberated independent women who've never broken a real sweat in their lives spewing off about trivial pop culture crap as if it was real important stuff. Then you're a fake manufactured creation of your culture, and most men can't stand you except to use you for sex if they think they can. Some men are just as desperate as women for romance, but not all. In the animal kingdom, women choose the men then attract them by flirting, whereupon the man takes the cue and proceeds with the ritual. This means that women really are powerful in the courtship dance. The woman has the power through her flirting abilities to pick who she wants, and men really love women who are this magnetic that they lure them in. So there it is, the courtship game is, for a large part, in the woman's court. It's been proven with other primates. Guys who spend years watching gorillas and monkeys say it's not the guys who go around picking who they want. It's the girls. The guys go around showing off, displaying themselves to the girls as to how cool and happening they are, then look around at the girls for a reaction. When they see a flirty girl smiling, they know this is the cue. The truth is that most guys aren't suave enough to make moves on girls cold turkey unless the girl has let them know first that she's interested. The guy might be interested, but the girl has the final say on whether to let him in or not. In a social scene, everybody's looking at everybody else for signals. The girl who's interested in a guy looks at him straight on for long looks, and also with short coy, shy kinda looks, smiles at him, juts her chest out prominently, flips her hair back, plays with it, nods slightly, keeps eye contact, rubs her jewelry as she looks at him, walks up near him and stands there waiting for him to break the ice, because most girls are so raised on traditional romance that they will never initiate the first verbal dialogue, even though they will flirt silently all to hell by standing 5 feet in front of the guy, stretching their chests out, smacking their lips at the guy, batting their eyelids, smiling and wildly playing with their hair, but most will not make that first verbal move. This is the universal game. Girls want a certain guy, so they go around him to dazzle him, to be attracted to them, then they wait for his answer to their silent flirts. If a guy sees a pretty girl but she looks away, ignores him, scowls, moves back, etc., he knows she's not interested, so he doesn't bother. So the bottom line is that the girl picks the guy, shows him her healthy body, then it's up to him to consummate. Think of how your cat goes around you to get your attention. This is a girl in the flirting game. If the guy breaks the ice, she's intelligent enough to agree with most things he says, tries to mirror him by acting like she shares his views and interests, laughs at his corny jokes, appears interested in him and smiles a lot. The conversation itself is secondary to these body signals. If you're a girl into the feminist women's lib thing and you decide to debate a guy because you have strong views about something he said that irked you, you've just broken a major rule of romance. Like is primal. It has nothing to do with all these psychobabble issues we've confounded our lives with. If you like each other, don't ruin it by getting all deep and profound. Simply be nice with each other, smile, act pleasant and make light, easy pleasant conversation. According to just about everything I've ever read about courtship, men and women alike, the most important thing both want on a subconscious level is a healthy person who will create good babies and raise them, so it's highly primal. We see someone young, good-looking and vivacious, that's what we want. We don't particularly care about the clothes they wear, the kind of work they do, etc. For the moment, we're primally attracted to them, and that's all that really matters for right now, before the logical analysis to eliminate them because they don't have enough money, ambition, and come from the wrong social class. Courtship from a woman's point of view too. I saw the woman who wrote Are Men Necessary, Maureen Dowd, on a talk show say you're not supposed to chase men, you have to let them chase you because by doing this, you're in control. She says don't call the guy, let him call you. I don't agree with all these women who have these manipulative strategies on dating guys, which mainly comes down to acting aloof and nonchalant even if you're madly enamored by the guy. Unless you're a rock solid, goddess beauty, I know I wouldn't waste my time if I sensed coldness or arrogance. I want the girl to feel about me as I feel about her and show it. The whole animal kingdom deal is that the female acts sexy and lures the guys, then analyzes them and picks the best one, the alpha male, from the bunch. That's the power you have should you choose to use it. Relax, be yourself, be active, be forward in a curious kinda way, acting real and sincere all the time. It will work wonders. Men will swoon all over you because they're so unaccustomed to seeing a healthy, vivacious lady taking the initiative that they will fall for you real quick. Most women present themselves to the world as either mundane, self-protective, generic clones, or the glamour phonies who think they're special in an over-the-top way, and men can't stand these things. Most men, especially in the postmodern world of post-feminism, have learned not to be too aggressive around girls or even make moves lest they be misinterpreted as sexist or demeaning, so it's even more important these days that girls give the come-on signals. Her leverage is her looks, how sincerely nice she is as a person, and her flirty ways. Pretty girls without the flirtiness won't get hit on much, and ugly girls with the flirtiness will, as I've seen time and time again as I worked in bars in my younger days. A female is a female. If she openly flirts, guys don't care as long as she's not too ugly. The flirty female goes anywhere and coolly looks around the room looking for attractive guys. A lot of girls don't even look. That's an obvious sign in itself, a girl looking around. You see someone you like, you look, maybe move towards their direction a bit, linger with the look for 2 seconds, look away but keep looking back. You make eye contact, smile, you might hold it for a few seconds, nod, smack your lips, caress your body, caress your drink. You're drawing attention to yourself, saying non-verbally, hey, notice me, look at me, get over here. This is the girl's power in attracting guys. He has to have the guts to come over and make the first move, which can be tough in a social situation like a nightclub or party, because if you strike out, everybody sees and it's embarrassing, which is why the girl should give the guy very clear signals. Guys on the make puff their chests out and usually brag about how successful, strong, or macho they are, their version of what a great hunter is. Highlight the various sexual parts of your body. Flip your hair back, touch your breasts, hike your skirt up, wear sexy shoes and nylons or lingerie, tap your fingers impatiently as though you're waiting for someone to make a move, walk in front of your quarry looking at him and slash or dancing in front of him. The steps are look, approach, talk, touch, kiss and sex. When you talk, lean into each other to get close. The woman usually makes the first touch not accidentally but incidentally while talking. She will touch him while making a point, thereby checking him out non-verbally, saying, "Let's feel this, I wanna check it out." If two people like each other, they get close physically, then start to mirror each other, drinking at the same time, standing or sitting alike, scratching themselves at the same time, smiling, etc. Men, or at least me, like women without much makeup on or pretense, doing natural things like walking barefoot in the park with their dogs. If you were to take a little extra effort to simply approach men and say nice things or ask stupid questions, the sharp ones will get the message and come on to you. That's the simple secret that almost everyone seems to gloss over. Men are basically insecure when it comes to women, and when a woman comes onto a man in even the most cursory, superficial way, the man figures it out and knows the ball is in his court now. It may take him a few minutes to figure it out, but he will soon enough. Then he has to decide whether to go for it or not. She did her job. He makes the first direct move or walks away. To be wooed, a woman must make contact with romantic men. Some people say to find a romantic man, a woman has to go out and get involved with creative activities like performing arts, music, art classes, book lovers club, poetry readings, writer's workshop, etc. I don't necessarily buy this approach. Romantic people are everywhere, you just have to find them by showing you're romantic. Plus the fact that a lot of artsy types are so intense in trying to express themselves that this is all they really care about. I saw a case of a serial rapist on TV who lived with his girlfriend while committing all the rapes, and she said he wrote poetry. A lot of creative guys make poor lovers because they love their art more than they love any girl. Norman Mailer was arguably a creative guy who did some violent things in his life. Always be your best, dressing and acting ladylike even on the most gray, most mundane day of the year. Ladylike means not high fashion or sweats. It means middle ground nice. Men will recognize it and come out of the woodwork to check you out. Show men that you enjoy their company. You're allowed to talk to guys. There's no law against it, and it doesn't automatically mean you want to date them. Just make contact even if you're not romantically interested. Maybe they've got friends and brothers who are more your type. In order to be courted, you have to act like you want to be courted the old-fashioned way. If you chew gum, swear or act like some advanced college babe full of big words and opinions, men won't want to romance you. They will just think you're an uppity bitch and move on until they find someone a bit more old-fashioned and amenable to men doing old-fashioned things for them, like kissing them on the hand, opening car doors, going out on relaxing dates, and never breathing a word about sex until the time is naturally right and they feel it. In the same way, if you act like trailer trash or dress like it, the guy might see you as possible sex but won't exactly love you. When you color your hair, it's like putting a big trailer trash / pop culture clone sign on your head, regardless of how sophisticated and glamorous you might think you are. Courtship from a woman's point of view. 3. Good courtship is all a build-up. You go on dates, have fun, kiss here and there, hug, get the girl to know you, then she's yours. You can do what you want with her, but you don't go for bango sex right away. You wait until she falls in love with you, then the two of you go off into Never Never Land to explore life together. Be graceful and dignified and the right man will be attracted to you. Be slutty and sleazy and all the jerks will come crawling out of the woodwork to ask you out. Give off the vibe that you're a fun person living a full life. Many single women over 35 have pretty well given up and are cynical to men, thinking they're a bunch of sleazy, lying, cheating, horny, sexist bastards who want just one thing, to screw them and move on. If you give off this vibe, you will never score. You have to act positive towards men, like you like them and trust them until proven otherwise. Get rid of the anger and bitterness against men because they're not all dogs, just like not all women are scorned bitches. In order to find a guy, you have to come off like a well put together, mature, independent, happy adult, which means you work a job, have your own place, take care of yourself, Take care of your body and health, don't whine or complain, don't live a life of excess in anything, don't be too dependent on anyone, don't be too religious, act like you're having fun and enjoying yourself and have an attitude that says I'm a worthy funky funny single chick looking for a cool guy to match me and love me the way I deserve as a dignified lady. Man is attracted to your outer physical beauty, which means facial look and the tightness of your body along with how nice you are. If you're not that pretty, you have to be extra nice. When the man makes a move, you smile and show you're interested in a pleasant way, not an aggressive way. Talk is the food of romance. Speak with a soft voice and a positive vibe about how much you love life and how traditional you are, that you want to settle down, have kids and live life happily ever after. You have to be honest about yourself and always monitor this guy to look for signs that he might be a pretender or a wolf in sheep's clothing. If it's not real, eliminate the guy and move on. This is where a lot of girls fail. They stick around with guys who are half interested in them when I already told you that if the guy doesn't see you as fantastic right off, forget it, he's just using you until he sees his soulmate, plus the fact that he could be a half-assed, defective guy with faults you don't really like, but because you're an emotional woman, you feel for him and develop an emotional attachment. Don't be a sucker. Can defective type guys you don't really want right away, so you're free to wait for a hero when he comes along. Be sexual and romantic but not too strong right away. Develop it gradually over time. Remember, you're the one with the sexual power who sets the boundaries. Always have good manners and be nice. Intimacy is trust, openness, sharing, and loving each other. This is what you shoot for with someone you love. The spirit of courtship is to be open out in public, both with looking for a mate and when you find a prospective candidate. Have some confidence, go out to meet new men, and when you do, be nice and open but don't be a wuss. Keep your own standards and don't bow to their sexual demands too early. Real men don't make sexual demands, they wait until the time is right, so if you come across a seemingly nice guy who pushes for sex, he's a dud underneath his nice exterior. Courtship is the man chasing the prize for love, not just for sex. If you ask a guy out on a date, most guys will go even if they don't love you because they think they might get sex out of the deal, so your best bet is to do the peacock thing, stand in front of a guy, do your dance, showing him your tight breasts, your slim figure, your nice face and your nice personality, but don't ask him out because unless he loves you or has the potential for love, he won't ask you out, except for the few bold guys asking girls out looking for casual sex, but there aren't many of them around. Most guys hate asking girls out on a date, so they won't bother unless they think they might wanna fall in love with you or think that you're easy sex. In the real world, if a guy asks you out, it means he's probably romantically interested in you as a life mate, so he wants to check you out while you check him out on a date. Check him out to see if he's a pretender lying about his accomplishments and achievements in the world, to see if he's a Don Juan dude looking for a good time only, to see if he's a cheater, with another chick, or already married even if he claims to be in the throes of a divorce, if he just wants to be a good friend you have sex with here and there, or if he's too free and simply not cut out as committed marriage material. Check yourself to see why you like him. Is it for sex, money, security, a half-assed guy who's better to be with than being alone, or is it true love? Lure guys with your beauty and sexiness, and from the bunch, choose the one you want to be with, but watch you don't pick a dud even if he looks good on the outside, so you have to be vigilant. Pick a good guy, then subject him to subtle scrutiny with grace as you go out on dates with him. Most married men don't leave their wives, and if they do, they will be in debt with alimony/child support and probably cheat on you like they cheated on their former wives, so don't waste your time on a married guy who claims to love you. Even if he does, what a headache, especially all those kids he's paying child support on. Men put you in either of two categories if they're interested, either true love or sex, that's it. Any guy you're friends with has thought about the possibility of sex with you just like you've thought about it with him, even though you will never admit to it. Figure out if he really loves you. That's your key mission, to separate him from all the half-assed pretenders out there either looking for a lay or a bed partner until they meet the right one. Men generally want sex without the hassles of getting to know the girl, so look for guys who seem genuinely interested in wanting to get to know you. Then you might find a guy who really likes you for you. Find a guy who's friendly and make friends with him, then be his lover at your speed. Get him to prize you and love you, and you've got him. You know if a guy loves you when he genuinely just wants to be around you in your presence on your terms, and he doesn't even care about sex unless you want it. As an afterthought, we live in dangerous times where not all is as it seems. Many bad guys look and act like normal guys. Ted Bundy looked like an affable college student. That's how he got his victims. He charmed them to feel at ease. I saw some nerdy-looking serial murderer on TV who said even after he killed a few girls in a college town and there was an alert out for him, he still found more victims who were girls hitchhiking, because when they looked at him, they saw a nerdy guy with glasses and immediately discounted him as the killer he was. You always have to be aware of your own safety by carrying either a whistle or mace sprayer in your purse, a cell phone with an emergency 911 number programmed in, although that won't help unless you give a location. Don't go to an isolated place with a guy until you get to know him a bit. If you're on a first date and the guy is acting all nice, then invites you either to his home or for a secluded walk on the beach, don't go if you don't know him. Tell him you will take a rain check and go next time because you have to feed your cats or help your ailing mother. Courtship from a woman's point of view. 4. The woman chooses the man who will choose her. A lot of women base their lives on attracting a nice guy and keeping him. In this way, they delegate much of their self-worth on their relationship or lack thereof with a guy. As such, they become victims, getting sad and depressed if guys don't ask them out, if they go out but the dates bomb, or if their love affairs die out, when the truth is that maybe it's not your fault, maybe it's the people around you, but even if it is your fault, so what? You don't owe anybody anything. Try to change to be a more likable, attractive person and don't take it so hard. Failed dates merely tell you someone's not right for you. They don't necessarily reflect your character. If you keep plugging away while knowing in your heart you're a good person, you will meet the right one at some point in time. In Gone with the Wind, Scarlett O'Hara was a cunning, strong woman who went after what she wanted. In my opinion, she was a two-bit phony and not ladylike enough, but if you as a woman want to get what you want out of life, you have to take this attitude and act like her, manipulating yourself into situations where you will meet and charm the man you want. If you're a log out in public, you might get lucky if some guy spots you and sees you as his soulmate right off, but the odds are against it, so you have to help guys along by getting in their faces and showing them you're available with eye contact, smiles, a gentle feminine voice and tight clothes. As a woman presumably with some dignity, you don't want to be too obvious about looking for a guy. If you ask your friends to set you up, you might get a lot of boring middle-class guys with secure jobs. Beyond personal ads and singles clubs, try general interest clubs, volunteering somewhere, a helping profession like nursing, your local churches which might have singles clubs, active social activities, take lessons in things like dancing and sports, take classes in school, do creative artsy things, etc. It's tough to go out alone in the active search for a guy, which is why anything that gets you out there in public is good, often a part-time job like a cashier or a waitress. If you're older and work a full-time job, find a bar with an older crowd made up of regulars who stop by after work here and there for a drink and some supper. Go bi-weekly, make friends with the regulars and they might introduce you to their friends when they drop by. I know an older couple who run a small cafe/restaurant and it's more like a social atmosphere in there rather than a place of business. People go in there to socialize, drink coffee and shoot the breeze. I can often pick the single women out who are on the hunt. They're looking around checking guys out just like guys check girls out. They don't dress frumpy like many married or apathetic women do. They do little special things to let guys know they're available, like paint their nails, wear earrings, jewelry, nice clothes, nice hairstyles, sexy stuff like black nylons, short dresses, and they smile a lot. They make eye contact with guys they like and look them right in the eye for at least 3 seconds. That's a come on. You're letting a guy know you're available and interested, and you're being gracious about it. Just wear nice clothes without being slutty, look a guy in the face and smile when you're interested in him. Some guys will be caught off guard, but you will get some bites. As for the overweight question, it's a fact that most men are just not attracted to overweight women. Some are, but most aren't. It's a fact that men in the African community generally like their women with more meat on them than in the white community, i.e., big booties, meaning they like big butts. In order for a man to be attracted to a lady, it comes down to physical look, and that includes body, meaning size, softness, and chest. You must divorce food from pleasure. See it as a functional entity. Once you start eating basic foods, you should lose the cravings for the high-calorie junk out there. Since physical looks count for almost everything, to being asked out on the first date where you can let your charm shine through, it's fine to help yourself along the way. Wear makeup, but not too much. Wear nice clothes. Pad your chest if you want. Get some minor cosmetic surgery if you want, but don't do anything stupid for the sake of trend, like get your nose or tongue pierced. It looks tacky. Don't waste your time on womanizers, commitment phobics, lukewarm guys, guys who just wanna be friends, guys who just want sex, guys who cheat on their wives, and guys who are two-timing you with someone else. If you don't feel the passion, don't waste your time. Just because a guy asks you out on a date doesn't automatically mean he wants a full-fledged relationship. You have to weed them out to separate the wheat from the chaff. Eliminate the duds right off. Stick with a good guy until proven otherwise. Consider going out on dates with apparent duds, even if just for practice or to possibly network into meeting other people. If someone asks you out, don't reject him and then have second thoughts later. Go out anyway. You can always reject him later. He could turn out to be a nice guy. You don't have to be passive, go with the first guy that asks you out and necessarily play it his way. If you have a glow about yourself, you will get all kinds of guys asking you out. They say that guys are turned on by a healthy glow because it reminds them of a girl in the throes of sexual passion. It's true. Men are attracted to girls with a suntan or with that flushed look like she just worked out or had sex. As long as you're not married, it's alright to explore. Go out with several guys at once. Check them all out, see what they have to offer. You don't have to sleep with them, just go out with them, talk to them, be with them, and quietly analyze them with charm and tact. Ask questions through a natural flow of conversation. You have the power to continue or finish relationships and set the boundaries. If a guy is ambivalent, don't waste your time. If a guy is too pushy for sex, tell him to go to hell. Unless the guy treats you like a lady, you don't have to take it unless you're a desperate loser. Can it as soon as possible. You don't have to be a pushover to the right guy. Show him you like him, but let him work on you a bit. In other words, don't appear too eager even if you love the guy. Keep your dignity, keep your cool, just kinda give off the impression that you like him but won't be easy, dependent, desperate, nor take crap from him. You're that with it, you can get anyone you want, but if he treats you like the lady you are, you will choose to love him exclusively. You're the prize if he treats you right, let him know it, not through words but through actions. All guys love ladylike ladies. It's bred into us from when we were kids, all the movies and stuff about ladies with dignity, we all want one. Always be upbeat and practice good manners. Attitude is everything, positive, sexy and ladylike. Real men love women who are able to do for themselves. I'm not talking about some jerk who wants a dependent woman he can control, I'm talking about a with it guy who can appreciate a girl who works a regular job, pays her bills, does useful things and invests her money wisely. Men go for a put-together woman with her feet on the ground. Be ladylike but show that you know the real world of nuts and bolts. You usually have one chance to make a good impression on someone, so if you're on the hunt, always be well dressed and ready just in case you see your dreamboat on the street somewhere. Just get in his space and smile at him. Don't be too obvious. He has to chase you. You let him know by silent cues that you're available and he has to take it from there. Men are sexual beings. Although there are good, decent men out there are also animals, so if you're out dating, check the guy out over several dates before you allow yourself to be alone with him in a vulnerable position. Date rape is a big, silent epidemic. Keep it in mind lest it happen to you. Many men are losers and players. You have to use your intelligence to check a guy out over a few dates to determine whether he's a bum or a liar or both, and if he is, don't waste any more time. Drop him right away. When he calls, just say you're busy or just say you're seeing someone else. The thing about the women psychobablists is that they say to interview a guy on the first date from his past relationships to his ambition in the world so you find out about him and don't waste time in the chase, but I say if you interview a guy, you just make yourself look like a bitch who doesn't see the guy for him but what can he do for you, kind of like checking off a checklist of qualities, and the guy ain't stupid, he feels your coldness and says screw her and won't ask you out again. In the final analysis, you're looking for a lover, not a friend. Don't be too casual with the guy. He has to have passion for you and show that he prizes you as a special lady. There's gotta be some kinda sexual chemistry there. Again, I stress, lukewarm is worthless, it's gotta be hot, hot, hot in order to be real. If you want real love, you gotta hold out for the guy that gives you goosebumps when you see him and he feels the same about you. You gotta be out there in the world so that he's gonna be able to find you. Chapter 2. Women's Courtship 2. Give the man proper respect. Most people want to be in love, married, and happy. If you're a woman looking for a man, give the man proper respect. Don't buy into this MeToo, feminist movement that bashes all men as bad human beings and tries to make them look like unnecessary dunces in much of mainstream media, particularly so-called comedy shows. The guy, usually the white guy, is always the butt of the joke and the punchline. Everybody is an individual living alone in their own heads in whatever local area they're in. I listen to a lot of that junk on the radio, TV, and online, but I'm mature enough to know it's all bullshit to my life. My life is right here, right now. I believe in no one but myself. I don't care about the Republicans, Democrats, feminists, natives, and all the other assholes with their bullshit causes trying to give themselves some sense of identity and free or at least easy money. I'm man alone as you should be. Don't buy into anyone's crap. Strive to live a good life for you and your people. What are you worthy of? Open yourself up. Don't overanalyze. If you want unconditional love, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but look around. How many people get dreamy love affairs that last a lifetime? How many people are worthy of it? Most people are generic consumer spectator wimps. Do they deserve some dreamboat that will love their ever fiber for them because they love them? Most people are not worthy of great love because they're not great people. They're just pacified, consumer spectator, generic wimps. Let's say you got some overweight middle-aged woman reading a romance novel, eating cookies. What kind of guy is she worthy of? She's not gonna get the inspired, vital, handsome alpha male. Inspired, vital, healthy-looking people attract the top specimens of whatever gender they're interested in. You can't just sit around, thinking somebody you meet on an online dating website is gonna change your life. No matter how much in love you are, other people cannot give you happiness. They can make you feel good for a while, but you're still stuck answering to yourself, to that inherent standard inside of you. You have to earn happiness by doing the few things that give you a feeling of self-respect, euphoria and well-being. My evidence for this is all the miserable people I see in monogamous relationships with kids, the proverbial happy family so to speak. Their problem is often not marital strife. It's self-betrayal. They feel overweight, mundane, unfulfilled, or like they're wasting their lives, missing out on something. They don't know what it is, but I can say with certainty that it is that they're not living by their true natures. They got sucked into society's ideas of happiness and success, neglected their own true natures, and now they're stuck in this situation they don't feel right about. Every day they betray themselves a little more. Junk food, entertainment, mental health pills, alcohol, a promotion at work, psychotherapy and marital counseling can't help them. The only thing that can is to get close to the inherent standard you were born with, the blueprint to be. The only way to do that is to constantly release most of your natural energy every day until you start to feel like you're close to the person you were born to be. Then you do it every day to stay there. Be a stellar human being and you will attract worthy lovers. Mr. Right Info. I see God in his eyes. Women like guys who are easygoing, confident, interesting, handsome, have open body language, speak without pretense, smile sometimes. Women don't like body odor, bad breath, rough skin, unshaven. No conversation. No foreplay. No loyalty. Oversteps boundaries, makes you feel violated. Weird fetishes, weird sexual talk about fantasies. Mr. Right pulls you into craving more out of life. Mr. Right is someone who you see as a reflection of you and the person you want to be. Mr. Right is the exact opposite of the things I talked about in the past 2 sections. A lot of women start out with very high expectations but soon realize that there are not too many good-looking, well-built men with money and monogamous hearts, although there are a few. Good-looking or wealthy men generally think they can do what they want. Average guys generally have some pop culture entertainment interest like computer games, professional sports, or something like that. If you're an average girl, expect to end up with an average guy who works an average job then plugs into pop culture entertainment as opposed to plugging into you as a great romantic lover. The serious guys are generally bent on either career success or doing something great and noble with their lives. They don't make great lovers either because they're so hooked on their work. Women want a guy to be attentive, chivalrous, does housework, earns money, gentle, helping, kind, loves animals, loyal, manly, masculine, nice to kids. Women don't like mean-spirited, ignorant, overweight, unkempt, redneck guys who hide behind alcohol or sports fanism. Don't play with women's emotions. If you want casual sex, state your intention up front. Don't lead a girl on if you don't plan to marry her. Women love beautiful men's bodies just like you're attracted to big tits and firm, young bodies. Women want sex the most a few days before their period comes on. Be open and emotional with her. Compliment her, be kind. Respect your body. Be physically attractive. Take your time. Don't rush sex. When she wants to sleep with you, she'll let you know. Don't be overly aggressive. Don't be impatient. The truth is that great love is unfulfillable. Very rarely do our fantasies come true in real life because they're so high. This is partially due to the brainwash of love movies, love TV shows and love articles in frivolous women's magazines. Get real. I say trust your instincts or your soul, whatever you want to call it. You just know. Our gods gave us this innate ability through biology. I know when I come across a girl that I think is a cool, high quality, good person, and I know if she thinks I'm pretty good too. You sense these things immediately. I look at a lot of girls. A lot of pretty ones don't do anything for me, but when I see a girl who has a kind of a pure, free bohemian flair to her as opposed to a manufactured image, that's what I'm attracted to and I can't help it. Real attraction is not a conscious act. It's instinct. You're powerless over falling in love for real as opposed to weighing out the options such as is this guy good for me or not. If you have to ask yourself that question, you're not really in love. You're making a business decision. If you're really attracted to someone, there is no dilly-dallying around. You're in love and that's it. It is possible to fall in love with someone you don't know simply by looking at them, but it doesn't happen that often. It has happened to me several times in my life. You both sense it? It's written across your souls. Often, People who look alike are attracted to each other. If you want a dreamy, romantic love life, you have to find a dreamy, romantic guy who thinks like that, someone who would rather live his life as a novel as opposed to a factual book. Preferably this guy has one foot on the ground and knows how to earn a living and be responsible and not just live in some dreamy fantasy. We all know when we're truly loved in the pure sense. A lot of guys will romance girls they feel almost nothing for simply to have sex and / or learn about the opposite sex. I know because this is how I was a young guy and I think most young guys are like this. Don't be a sucker. Don't fall for a guy's empty words and charms. See past all that to get a feel for his true nature and character. Don't live in delusion. If a guy is giving you signs of selfishness, callousness, and indifference, you know he doesn't love you. If he's friendly, caring, kind, enjoys talking and being with you, he likes you. He's a good friend. That's who you want as a mate, a good friend who you have fun with. Cut your losses quickly. If you innately know he's not Mr. Right, don't hang on because you're afraid of being alone. You've got a biological clock. Get on with it. Leave this guy and start looking for Mr. Right. Take a look at yourself. You get who you deserve. If you're a generic girl, don't expect Prince Charming. Guys generally know what's going on. They know a generic girl, a brainwashed girl, a pop culture girl, an insecure girl, a nice girl trying to do something positive with her life, and a beautiful, nice girl who's not arrogant about it. If you want to find Mr. Right, don't waste time on Mr. Wrongs or Mr. Half-Rights. Keep moving until you find someone who rocks your world, but remember, you have to be worthy of him too. A hot guy is not going to fall for an average girl. He wants somebody at his level, somebody pretty and nice who's doing something positive with her life. If you get involved with a really great guy, watch him for a while to see if his greatness has made him arrogant or if he's committed to you alone. What do you have to offer to Mr. Right? A lot of girls are really messed up just like a lot of guys are. They are functional and look okay on the outside, but they are a mess on the inside, a mix of insecurity and cultural indoctrination. You have to be a prize to get the prize. You have to be truly happy in order to attract a happy guy. Listen to what friends and family say, but if your feeling of chemistry overrides their objections, listen to yourself. If it don't work, there's always divorce. The important thing is don't listen to others then regret it later. Nobody's perfect. Everybody has negative points. Don't be melodramatic because day-to-day life is mostly generic. Don't come on with airs about how interesting and exciting your life is, because I know that most girls cannot live exciting, interesting lives simply because they have to be constantly worried about their safety. They can't go where I go because they could be attacked or raped by guys. The average girl would be a fool to go running or biking down country roads alone because girls have disappeared this way, while I do it all the time without thinking twice about it. My life is freer and more interesting than yours could ever be, so don't go putting airs on, lying about all the things you've done or how free and adventurous you are. You are what you are. I can accept that, but don't try to fool me with delusions. I happen to know how dull and generic most people are because I'm out there doing things and I see how few people are actually pursuing things for their own sake away from their job or school. Don't set high expectations because you are a loner individual stuck in your head. You create your own life. Another individual should not influence your identity all that much, even if you're madly in love with him. My great love affairs never fazed me much because it was still me and my own identity. I was in love, but it never changed my state of consciousness or daily routine. I was me before I fell in love and me after I fell in love. Finally, Mr. Right is madly in love with you. You can tell by the way he treats you. andrew-marshall.com/2011/10/ask-andrew-how-you-know-if-he's-the-one. How do you know if he's the one? Universal manly qualities. All Mr. Rights have universal qualities such as: He's good looking enough that he gets you physically aroused. There is sexual tension/chemistry between the two of you. You both intuitively understand each other very quickly, soulmates, kindred spirits. He makes you feel safe in his arms. He's a kind, nice guy. He's a positive guy. He's polite. He's attentive to your emotions, moods, and needs. He's responsible and mature. He's a friend. He's there to help you when you need a favor. He's his own man. He's trying to discover his true identity and live by it. He accepts and loves you for you without pretense. He doesn't try to change you. He doesn't disrespect you by flirting with other girls while you're around and when you're not around. He's trustworthy. You feel comfortable with Mr. Right and have fun, easygoing times together. There is physical and sexual attraction. You feel good when you're around each other. You feel like you complete each other. What men should know. There are only 3 things you have to remember to please women. Passion, respect, and attention, PRA. Just remember these words and try to do them day by day. This is what women want. Give them a little of each every day. When all but the simplest girl in our modern, savvy society go out on a date, they will always test the guy in one important way: does he respect me? This is the universal test, and this is what all girls do to size a guy up. If you're handsome and have money but come off callous, condescending, and looking for sex right off, you fail. Most girls will not give you a second date. Above all else, the modern girl wants to be respected before she is loved, but this doesn't apply to your generic trailer trash or otherwise messed up girl. A lot of girls are so messed up that they'll take whatever they can get, but if you get a level-headed girl with some sense of intelligence to her, she's looking at you as to whether you respect her as a human being with decency, traditional values, and moral values. In my opinion, a lot of guys are naive. They think you're supposed to act like a macho fool aggressively looking for sex because they've been seeing guys act this way on TV all their lives, but real life is not TV. So when the girl snubs them because they're acting like one-dimensional jerks, some get a clue and realize that real life is not like in porno movies. All girls are not out there waiting for an excuse to tear their clothes off. A lot of guys really think this way. They see all these loose girls in porno movies and think that most girls are really like this. What men think of women. Women are schizophrenic with their emotions like most men are. I have stable emotions because I don't let the outside world affect me all that much. I live by my own standard inside of me. It's always calm. The outside world doesn't faze me. If there's a tragedy, a big celebration or anything else, none of it registers inside of me. To me, this is the greatest way to be. I'm stable. I don't turn to putty because of my transient emotions. Girls, in general, live by their transient emotions. They react to what they feel. That's why they'll be all loving one minute then cold the next. They can't see that you're there for the long haul. They just know that you dissed them in the past 5 minutes. They're always worried about you finding somebody prettier, slimmer, more interesting, and younger. Subtlety works great sometimes as in initiating sex, but if you really love her you have to be straight and tell her head on. Women want to be swept away by the moment. They don't want a guy who has an objective of reaching orgasm, so he wants to screw her and it comes out that way, one-dimensional, no emotion. By the same token, a woman will not usually tell you straight on she's horny right now. She'll give you cues. You have to read them and act on them. Don't be a sarcastic wise ass and think you're being funny, which loosens the girl up to you and makes her like you, or if you're a couple, think that that will get her in a romantic mood. It's a big lie. I scanned a book written by some guy who says he's not good looking so he has to be funny to attract women, but all I could think of was a loudmouth jerk when he was describing his style. This guy says tease and keep teasing her. Maybe it works if you're a nerd and it's all you got, but think of your cat or dog. You always show love to him or her. If you tease them, you hurt them, they get schizophrenic towards you. The world is screwed up enough. I don't want anyone bullshitting around me then ending it with their usual answer, it's only a joke or can't take a joke. Some people seem to think they can take liberties with other people then act like it's a big joke. It's abuse and exploitation done by insecure people who don't have the guts to be who they really are, so they put on some phony clown face. If a girl says she likes you as a friend, say fine, I wanna be your friend too. Then if you want you can become a closer friend, which could lead to romance. Outer beauty is not indicative of inner warmth and dynamic personality. It's a myth called the halo effect, but lots of outwardly beautiful people are vain, arrogant, and have horrible personalities. Being an interesting person doesn't mean doing wacky, unpredictable, spontaneous things. It means being interested in more than what's on TV and what you do to earn a living. It's a state of being to be interested enough in your own life to try to be inspired all the time. A lot of guys try to act macho like they see on TV because they think that girls think it's cool. It's cool to do what you love to do because you're interested in it. If you really like somebody, hang back until you know they like you, then you don't have to hang back anymore. Don't play games. If you want to be with somebody, you have to let them know over and over again. Eligible bachelor websites. EligibleBachelorAuction.com, auction for Habitat for Humanity. EminentBachelorsLTD.com. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/eligible_bachelor. Most-eligible-bachelor.info. MostEligibleBachelors.com. Find a good man websites. wikihow.com/get-a-good-man. allwomenstock.com/10-best-places-to-meet-eligible-men. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/a_good_man_is_hard_to_find. 43things.com/things/view/6059/meet-a-good-man. alivewithlove.com/how-to-meet-a-good-man. articles-based.com/dating-articles/where-find-good-men-5-places-where-you-can-meet-men-5-17099.html. bible.cc/genesis/2-18.htm. bossip.com/324680/best-worst-to-meet-a-good-man 12006. bywayofbeauty.com/2012/04/good-man-is-hard-to-find.html. catchhighmandkeyfim.com. cmosnetworks.com/how-to-get-10k-epa-goodman.html. cosmopolitan.com/sex-love/dating-advice/best-places-to-meet-men. Dating secretarsfordivorcedwomen.com. eharmony.ca/meet-men. ehow.com/how_2305751_find-good-man.html. ehow.com/way_5422948_places-meet-good-men.html. find-a-man.com. goodmenproject.com/guy-talk/the-good-ladies-how-to-find-a-good-man. madamnoir.com/3211/best-worst-places-to-meet-a-good-man. saysthesinglegirl.com. theurbandaily.com/105868/where-can-I-find-a-good-man. Chapter 3. The Virtuous Woman. The virtuous woman as defined by the Bible is mostly Proverbs 31:10-31. Some guy on a TV talk show was asked why he wasn't interested in dating a certain pop star. He said the book of Proverbs in the Bible defines the virtuous woman as humble and serious-minded, as opposed to frivolous. The host shut up after that. He didn't know what to say. Proverbs 31:10-31. 10 Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. 11 The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. 12 She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. 13 She seeketh wool and flax, and worketh willingly with her hands. 14 She is like the merchant's ships, she bringeth her food from afar. 15 She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. 16 She considereth a field, and buyeth it, with the fruit of her hands she planteth a vineyard. 17 She girdeth her loins with strength, and strengtheneth her arms. 18 She perceiveth that her merchandise is good, her candle goeth not out by night. 19 She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. 20 She stretcheth out her hand to the poor, yea, she reacheth forth her hands to the needy. 21 She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. 22 She maketh herself coverings of tapestry, her clothing is silk and purple. 23 Her husband is known in the gates, when he sitteth among the elders of the land. 24 She maketh fine linen, and selleth it, and delivereth girdles unto the merchant. 25 Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. 26 She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. 27 She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. 28 Her children arise up, and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praiseth her. 29 Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. 30 Charm is deceitful, and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. 31 Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. King James Version, KJV. Other Bible verses about a virtuous woman. 1 Peter 3:1, Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that, if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives. 1 Peter 3:7, Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife, as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. 1 Timothy 2:9-10, In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broided hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly array. 2 Peter 1:3, According as his divine power hath given unto us all things that pertain unto life and godliness, through the knowledge of him that hath called us to glory and virtue. Don't complain. Philippians 2:14-15 Do everything without complaining or arguing. Then you will be innocent and without any wrong. You will be God's children without fault. But you are living with crooked and mean people all around you, among whom you shine like stars in the dark world. Ecclesiastes 7:28, which I am still seeking but have not found. I have found one man among 1,000, but I have not found a woman among all these. Ephesians 5:23-30 Because the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church. And he is the Savior of the body, which is the church. As the church yields to Christ, so you wives should yield to your husbands in everything. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself for it to make it belong to God. Christ used the word to make the church clean by washing it with water. He died so that he could give the church to himself like a bride in all her beauty. He died so that the church could be pure and without fault, with no evil or sin or any other wrong thing in it. In the same way, husbands should love their wives as they love their own bodies. The man who loves his wife loves himself. No one ever hates his own body, but feeds and takes care of it. And that is what Christ does for the church, because we are parts of his body. Genesis 2:18-24 Then the Lord God said, It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper who is right for him from the ground. God formed every wild animal and every bird in the sky, and he brought them to the man so the man could name them. Whatever the man called each living thing, that became its name. The man gave names to all the tame animals, to the birds in the sky, and to all the wild animals. But Adam did not find a helper that was right for him. So the Lord God caused the man to sleep very deeply, and while he was asleep, God removed one of the man's ribs. Then God closed up the man's skin at the place where he took the rib. The Lord God used the rib from the man to make a woman, and then he brought the woman to the man. And the man said, "Now, this is someone whose bones came from my bones, whose body came from my body. I will call her woman, because she was taken out of man." So a man will leave his father and mother and be united with his wife, and the two will become one body. Luke 1:26-33. In the 6th month of Elizabeth's pregnancy, God sent the angel Gabriel to Nazareth, a town in Galilee, to a virgin pledged to be married to a man named Joseph, a descendant of David. The virgin's name was Mary. The angel went to her and said, "Greetings, you who are highly favored. The Lord is with you." Mary was greatly troubled at his words and wondered what kind of greeting this might be. But the angel said to her, "Do not be afraid, Mary, you have found favor with God. You will conceive and give birth to a son, and you are to call him Jesus. He will be great and will be called the Son of the Most High. The Lord God will give him the throne of his father David, and he will reign over Jacob's descendants forever, his kingdom will never end." Matthew 6:19-21. Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Modesty, true beauty comes from within. 1 Peter 3:1-6. Likewise, wives, be subject to your own husbands, so that even if some do not obey the word, they may be won without a word by the conduct of their wives, when they see your respectful and pure conduct. Do not let your adorning be external, the braiding of hair and the putting on of gold jewelry, or the clothing you wear, but let your adorning be the hidden person of the heart with the imperishable beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which in God's sight is very precious. For this is how the holy women who hoped in God used to adorn themselves, by submitting to their own husbands, as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord. No laziness. Titus 2:3-5. Older women likewise are to exhibit behavior fitting for those who are holy, not slandering, not slaves to excessive drinking, but teaching what is good. In this way they will train the younger women to love their husbands, to love their children, to be self-controlled, pure, fulfilling their duties at home, kind, being subject to their own husbands, so that the message of God may not be discredited. Parenting. Proverbs 22:6. Teach children in a way that fits their needs, and even when they are old, they will not leave the right path. Philippians 4:8. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. Philippians 2:2-4. Fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind. Proverbs 19:14. House and wealth are an inheritance from fathers, but a prudent wife is from the Lord. Proverbs 14:1. The wise woman builds her house, but the foolish tears it down with her own hands. Proverbs 18:22. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. Proverbs 11:16. A kind-hearted woman gains honor, but ruthless men gain only wealth. Proverbs 12:4. A noble wife is the crown of her husband, but the wife who acts shamefully is like rottenness in his bones. Proverbs 12:4. An excellent wife is the crown of her husband, but she who shames him is like rottenness in his bones. Proverbs 3:15. She is more precious than jewels, and nothing you desire compares with her. Proverbs 8:11. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. Proverbs 21:9 It is better to live on a corner of the housetop than in a house in company with a quarrelsome wife. Proverbs 19:14 House and riches are the inheritance of fathers, and a prudent wife is from the Lord. Proverbs 12:4 A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that maketh ashamed is as rottenness in his bones. Proverbs 21:9 It is better to dwell in a corner of the housetop, than with a brawling woman in a wide house. Psalm 127:3-5 Children are a gift from the Lord, they are a reward from him. Children born to a young man are like arrows in a warrior's hands. How joyful is the man whose quiver is full of them! He will not be put to shame when he confronts his accusers at the city gates. Ruth 3:11 Now, my daughter, do not fear. I will do for you whatever you ask, for all my people in the city know that you are a woman of excellence. Ruth 3:11 And now, my daughter, fear not, I will do to thee all that thou requirest, for all the city of my people doth know that thou art a virtuous woman. Titus 2:3-5 The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things. Virtuous woman. Ruth 3:7-12 After his evening meal, Boaz felt good and went to sleep lying beside the pile of grain. Ruth went to him quietly and lifted the cover from his feet and lay down. About midnight Boaz was startled and rolled over. There was a woman lying near his feet. Boaz asked, Who are you? She said, I am Ruth, your servant girl. Spread your cover over me, because you are a relative who is supposed to take care of me. Then Boaz said, The Lord bless you, my daughter. This act of kindness is greater than the kindness you showed to Naomi in the beginning. You didn't look for a young man to marry, either rich or poor. Now, my daughter, don't be afraid. I will do everything you ask, because all the people in our town know you are a good woman. It is true that I am a relative who is to take care of you, but you have a closer relative than I. Is the modern definition of a good woman upside down? The Bible says that immoral people are lovers of themselves. Timothy 3:2 KJV. KingJamesBibleOnline.org/2-Timothy-3-2. 2 For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. 3 Without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. 4 Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. This is why I avoid the capitalist, pop culture world as much as I can. I know I have to earn a living out there, but I don't have to sell my soul to it. Look at the Entertainment Network, MTV, and all the frivolous women's websites geared for fashion, style, celebrity gossip, etc. You can watch The View and many other like-minded shows on any given day, and this is what they're showing us as cool women, loud-mouthed, empty, vain vessels hooked on fashion and gossip. If you're a good woman just trying to be yourself, you're somehow not cool because you don't color your hair or pile the makeup on. A good woman gets up early to work for the home, the children, and the husband. Some good women work a job then come home to put a home-cooked meal on the table. This is why this thing we have called welfare or social assistance is bad, because it creates lazy bums who feel entitled to a free life. Beauty is fleeting. There are many beautiful young women who age and then don't look attractive. If they have bad personalities, too bad for them. Sex appeal doesn't make a good woman. If a woman is lazy, she's no good. A good woman is brave, strong, and bold because of Christ in her. A good woman is a helper and partner to her spouse, a hard-working mother to her children, a giving woman to her community, an income earner for her family, a cook, a clean, well-dressed, wholesome woman, a selfless, tireless lady, a woman who prepares for disaster, an encourager, respectful of her husband, Don't commit adultery. Don't be jealous of anyone. Don't strive for the empty things of this world. When you have the Spirit of God, you have joy. You want to please your family. You want to be a good wife. Virtuous Woman websites. BibleReasons.com/virtuous-woman. Bible.knowing-jesus.com/topics/virtuous-woman. KingJamesBibleOnline.org. The Virtuous Woman, Middletown Bible Church. middletownbiblechurch.org/homefam/prov31.htm. WomenInscripture.com/the-31-virtuous-woman. BibleGateway.com/passage/?search $Proverbs 31:1031. JimFeeney.org/virtuous-woman-eyes-god.html. OpenBible.info/topics/the_virtuous_woman. Proverbs 3:1 businesswoman.com/Proverbs-3:1-woman-Bible-study-day 2. Chapter 4. What Women Want. One thing every woman wants. My whole desire in life is to be cherished by one man like he really means it. I was watching a guy being interviewed on TV and he said the reason he fell in love is because he still believed in love. His future girlfriend said, "I don't care about sex anymore. I just wanna be kissed by someone who acts like they mean it," so he kissed her like that. That's all that a truly loving woman wants. Of course there are many heartless cold material girl gold diggers out there, but the average, normal girl brought up on romance movies wants to be loved passionately by one stand-up guy. You can buy any book on how to seduce a woman and it will not tell you any more than what I just said in this article. What women want. I typed the phrase "women want" in the search function of this book and here is what I found from the first few thousand pages. All women want to be loved, that's their most important need in life. First they want to be loved by their fathers, then they want some virile stand-up guy to take over and love them equally as well, if not more so. This is the obsession and possible mental illness for many women on the planet. Women want to be loved pop culture style by taking her to a movie, buying her flowers, telling her you love her. Working women want help with the housework. Women want men to be more like women. Women want monogamy, romance, love, and attention. Women want that real special feeling that movies and dreams are made of. Women want to be adored as precious feminine beings. Women want a slow, soft touch, aka an easy touch. Women want to be swept off their feet for a night, treated like a woman, pampered, cherished and made the object of someone else's desire and passion. Women want like dancing. Take a dance class together, a pottery class or something that requires the two of you doing something together. Women want a show of emotion. Women like to be protected and told that they're special. Man must court the woman and create a romantic atmosphere. Women want non-sexual, intimate touching all day long as you walk past or are close by. Women want the alpha male bad boy and beta male provider all in one guy. Almost all women want intercourse frequently, long and leisurely each time. Women want to care for someone and be cared for. Men dream of sultry sluts while women dream of Prince Charming. Women try to look beautiful. Women want clean bathrooms. Women want men to work less, love more. Women want to feel that we're in this together. Women want to be a man's last romance. A woman wants you to listen to her. Don't be dismissive. Women want love. Women want some freedom and time alone to relish in the beauty of life and feel beautiful the way they're bombarded by TV commercials telling them to be beautiful in all ways: beautiful house, beautiful garden, beautiful looks, beautiful clothes, beautiful feelings even when you're tired out and stressed from raising kids. Women want to feel affection. Women want guys that can last long. If you can last long, it will please the girl; if not, you will have to please her with hugs and kisses. Most women want you to take charge. Soften her up with words. Women want an emotional connection. Women want a feeling of closeness with sex. Women want some romance. They want the guy to at least act like he likes them or loves them. They want a show of an emotional connection. Women want guys that look tough and manly yet have soft, sensitive, and gentle qualities about themselves. Women want monogamy, romance, love, and attention. DanceDanceDance.com/whatwomen.htm, What women want from men. The ideal guy according to women. He's mature, wise, funny, intelligent, loyal, kind, mysterious and dark. He's handsome, well-off, caring, understanding, God-fearing and intelligent. He genuinely cares about me. He would be there for me whenever I needed it. He makes me smile every day. The most important thing is to be yourself, who you are in your true nature. Don't fake it with anything that screams image over what's in your soul. Don't wear an earring. It's image. You got the idea from all those assholes on TV who think they're cool by wearing an earring. Even if you can afford it, don't drive an expensive sports car. It's image. All you need is an average car or a cheap sports car, not a Porsche or a Ferrari. You will attract only gold diggers. Solid girls will see through your attempts to be cool. Be who you are. Pursue your passions in life. Girls aren't as stupid as they pretend to be. The psychobabble says they have thicker corpus callosums than men, the bridge between the two brain hemispheres, which means they are much better intuitive, holistic thinkers. They have that women's intuition. They evaluate you completely within 5 minutes of meeting you. They see everything from how much your shoes cost to what are you doing that's stupid and fake. If you try to talk too cool, you ain't fooling them. You might think that Nike logos look cool. A lot of girls see some brainwashed guy trying to act cool. Be easygoing. Have a romantic sensibility, like you're living for the experience, sensations, and fun of it. Women are genetically attracted to good-looking men. A good-looking man is someone with either a boyish face or a rugged, chiseled strong masculine face, has no hanging stomach, is lean and vital, has a tan and has muscle. Women like a clean guy who does basic grooming, like shaves every day and plucks his nose hairs and ear hairs out. You need a pro-social, polite manner. A girl has to feel like you pose no threat to rape her, and she would be proud to take you to meet her parents. You need to be able to talk with some depth, not just talk about school or sports, but what you think and feel about your life for real, not just regular superficial bullshit. If you're arrogant and show it by walking around like you got a pole stuck up your ass, chicks know it's pretense. Women want to be loved and thought of as special by one guy. If you can't do this, most women will think you're a dud even if you look good. If you can't show love, you fail. Women love sex, but they're brainwashed not to by religion and society in general. A woman doesn't want to get a reputation as a slut, so most won't sleep around. Make a woman feel good when you're with her. Women like sincere guys. Girls like a guy who doesn't play head games. He says what he means. If she needs help, he shows up. He doesn't try to weasel out of things. Women go after men with high social status who don't look too fat, too old, or too stressed out. They want a man who will give them a good time and make them feel good. Women like guys who aren't predators, who aren't aggressively looking for sex but are just being friendly. Girls like relaxed, easygoing guys. Feel comfortable by being who you were born to be. A lot of romances start up with coworkers. Some women's magazine said girls are meeting guys at yoga class, choirs, and dancing classes geared for singles. Women like guys who can talk intelligently and carry on an interesting conversation that is on her emotional level, not stupid, immature, too filled with humor, sex, or romance. It has to be a real everyday conversation like she has with a girlfriend. You have to be cool enough to not push for sex but to be romantic and follow the emotional cues she gives you when she's ready. Most women experiment with sex a little bit, then look for a guy who will hang around to raise kids. Women want interesting, exciting guys until they're about 25, then they want a guy with a steady job who seems nerdy enough to want to be a family man. Women don't like tacky and creepy guys. The more you look different than a Ken doll, the creepier the girl thinks you are. Don't have dreadlocks. Don't have really long hair. Don't wear nerdy clothes. On TV, guys often talk openly about sex or crack sexually oriented jokes. They're scripted shows written by fiction writers. Girls want a gentlemanly, romantic guy, not a skin dog. Money is hot. Women claim they don't care, but most want a guy with lots of money. They still think you're a jerk for driving an expensive sports car, but modern women routinely sell their souls for a guy with money. For a woman, the path to sex is slow and romantic. You have to be able to deliver on the foreplay. It's a mating dance to her. Don't talk about sex. Talk about making love. Don't presume that money spent means sex later. When you spend more money than is usually justified on an average date with someone you barely know, you're degrading yourself because you're putting her up on a pedestal above you, whereas you should go for trying to create an emotional connection without the expensive wine and the limousine until she's your girlfriend. She doesn't want to feel like you're trying to make her indebted to you. Don't brag about anything, especially how much money you make. Don't come on too strong or too desperate to be a nice guy and please her. Be casual and friendly. Being jealous is like admitting you're insecure about her love for you. If you're happy within yourself and are easygoing, women will like you. You shouldn't be ashamed or repress what you are. I'm not a skin dog, but if a girl agrees to get naked with me, I'll pursue my sexuality as a man who wants good sex. It's nature. If she can't handle it, then I'm not interested. See women as horny like you, then relax and have a good time with her. If she rejects you, that's fine. Every girl has different tastes in guys. Some are really stuck up. If you don't want to do something, don't. If a woman likes you, don't balk if she wants to pay every once in a while or wash your clothes for you. Forget about giving too many compliments. Just try to be a decent, nice person. It's great to be confident, cool, and natural, but truly cool people are not egomaniacs. They don't act domineering when around other people. Have a relaxed countenance and a resting bland facial expression, no frown, no goofy smile. Ideal guy websites. allwomen.com/my-idea-of-my-ideal-man. quizrocket.com/perfect-guy-quiz. Go to quiz.com/your_ideal_guy_is. Keyzilla.teen-nick.com/quizzes/7668310/what's-your-ideal-guy. personalitycafe.com/sex-relationships/31867-describe-your-ideal-girl-guy.html. He's ice and she says.wordpress.com/2007/11/2/7/is-he-a-10-qualities-of-a-great-husband. Answers.yahoo.com, the ideal guy.